At the previous post, we learned how to recognize whether money is going into the market or out of the market by looking at the tops and bottoms and their order. Today, we're going to talk about how to recognize where buyers and sellers are waiting, and that means support and resistance. A support level is a price that there are many buyers waiting to buy at that price. How do we recognize a support? The chart will stop at the support several times. It can be once, twice, or even more times. The more times it stops at the support, it is a stronger support. And the time frame is also important. If a support level did not break for a long time, it's stronger. That means that here also the resolution is important. Now, look at this chart of the dollar-euro. We can see that there is a support at 104. The price stopped at 104 and went up, and then stopped again at 104, and then again at 104. And let's see what will happen. First of all, maybe it is a very cheap price, and the price will go up. But maybe after that, the sellers will be stronger. The buyers, whoever wanted to buy at that price, will finish buying, and then it can break down. The price can go down. Now, let's go into the mind of the buyers that bought here. They bought it because they thought it's a very cheap price. They imagined how much they will gain if it will go up. But now it went down and they are losing money. They stopped thinking in terms of gain, and they thinking in terms of minimum loss. That means that if the price will go back at 104, all the buyers here will be sellers. That means that if it's a support that is broken down, it becomes a resistance, and many sellers are waiting to sell whatever it is here. For example, this level is a support. We can see that the price stops here. Now it broke down, and then a few years later, it goes back to the same price. But now it was a support, and now it is resistance, and many sellers are waiting here to sell, and it goes down. Now, a resistance level is a level that many sellers are waiting to sell. So there are two options. If it's really high price and the price will go down, the sellers are happy. But if, after all the sellers that want to sell at this price will finish selling, and the buyers are stronger, like what happened here, the price will go up. Now, let's look at the psychology of all the investors who sold at 114. They imagined how they will buy it back, maybe very cheaper. But now everybody is gaining and they are out of the market. They will not pay a few percents more than they sold, but they wait. And if the price will go back to the level that they have sold, they will buy back the asset. So a support level, if it's broken up, if it's breached up, is becoming a support. A resistance is becoming a support. So after the price goes back to this 114, we can recognize the buyers, and the price stops here, even temporarily. And again, there is a battle between buyers and sellers around this price, around 114. A resistance becomes a support, and vice versa. And then when it's below it, it becomes a resistance and it stops at the same price. And then again, it goes down and up again, and it stops where the sellers are waiting. In here, we can see that it stops again before it breaks up, and now it's a support again. It was a resistance when it was below it, but now it's a support again. And in here, we see that usually temporarily the level is not broken. In here we cannot see that, but we can see that it becomes a support again, it becomes a resistance again, and then it goes down very sharply. Let's go to the NIS dollar. We can see that 3.4 is a very, very strong support, that years by years and a few times the price stopped at this level and went up. Now, let's look at what happened when it broke down. When the 3.4 broke down, it became a resistance. There is a battle here between buyers and sellers around this level, but when we're down, it's going up and it stops and go back down. And now, after a few years, the price went up to 3.4, and now it is above 3.4. It's now for 2 days above 3.4, and it's around 3.43. Now, a breach can be very temporarily because we know that there are many, many sellers that waited for 3.4 to sell. This is why the best prediction I can give is that the price will stop at 3.4 and will go back down. Now, it doesn't have to happen immediately. The sellers, if it goes up sharply, they will not hurry to sell. Maybe they can get a higher price. So it might take time and an uptrend until the sellers will wake up and sell if they feel that they cannot no longer get a higher price. So they wait here, and we know they're waiting here. Every breach of 3.4, the best prediction I can give is very temporarily, and it should go down back below 3.4. And this is why my prediction is that the dollar will not go upper than 3.4, at least for 3 months. And then it can go up and get to the higher trend line, but it will only happen after all the sellers here will finish selling. And I suppose it should happen in at least 2-3 months ahead. So the best prediction I can give is that it will go below in a very short time, 1-2 weeks maximum. It will go below 3.4, even though it's now 1% higher. It should go below and then stay below for at least 2-3 months until the sellers will finish selling, before it will either go down with a trend, or it can go up, and without changing the trend, it can get to the upper trend line. We'll keep on at the next post learning about prediction and how to predict, and we'll study more tools. Thank you for listening.